let's do this. Some feel that Governor Abbott exceeded his authority during COVID. If you agree, how so? And what would you do to curtail the governor's authority if you go back to Austin?
So I appreciate this question a lot. I will say, number one, I don't believe that the governor exceeded his constitutional authority the way the law is written, although I do believe it was unwise for him to proceed in that way, because he also has the ability to call the legislature back into special session at any point. And I believe he should have done so. He was needing to make important decisions that were very far-reaching, and it would have benefited everyone to have the input of the legislature. This is one of the reasons that I worked with Senator Birdwell on the legislation that I spoke of earlier that would have gone back into the disaster powers and emergency powers. As they're written, they've sort of just been piled on top of each other, and they really do need an overhaul. There's a lot of confusion and interference in the way it's written. It needs cleanup. And so I supported that with Senator Birdwell. In addition to that, I carried an amendment for that bill that would have allowed the legislature to veto a governor's override, a governor's veto, if we had a 50% majority.
Derek, you are muted.
Yeah, see, I've never done that one before. That's great. You guys couldn't see my face. So, Matt, same question to you, but I'm going to repeat it for you. Some feel Governor Abbott exceeded his authority during COVID. If you agree, how so? And what would you do to curtail his authority?
I'm going to have to disagree with Senator Paxton on this one. I think Governor Abbott did exceed his authority. The state government doesn't have the right to just shut people's business down and take their livelihoods away like that. I don't know how many people are aware of the story of Shelley Luther, but that was just ridiculous. He put that lady in jail just for keeping her salon open, cutting hair. You know, I understand at the beginning of the pandemic, we weren't really sure what was going on. I get it. But, you know, we have to follow the law. And I think it would have been totally okay if you would have gone on the news and said, hey, listen, this is what's going on. As your governor, I suggest y'all stay home and don't do this, and just give his opinion. But as far as the law and just shutting businesses down, destroying people's livelihood, that's not acceptable. You know, our rights come from God. And even for people who don't believe in God, at the very least, we can convince them that it doesn't come from government. So we need to hold our officials accountable. So yeah, that was inexcusable. I don't agree with what Governor Abbott did.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to go